Here are the 10 best 125cc scooters that money can buy in 2025. And that's whether you're looking to get around with a CBT license or even a second two-wheeled workhorse for those quick commutes. These are the best of a bustling bunch. Let's twist and go. Starting off our list, we have the Kymco DTX 125. This one's £4,499. And fresh from Taiwan, in at 10, the Kymco DTX 125 fuses that popular adventure style with some respectable power and chucks in some good tech like keyless ignition, traction control. But it does come at a relatively steep price point of £4,499. The single overhead cam single motor provides 13 brake horsepower and 10.9 Nm of torque. It's given a wider adventure handlebar for easy riding and a taller 785mm seat, though a hefty 176 kilogram listed dry weight. Put fuel in that tank and that's going to be a heavy scooter. Elsewhere on the scooter though, there's a digital dash, LED lights all around, and the style overall is a positive in my opinion, and Kymco is building a good reputation for building solid scooters. And the adventure looks are bolstered by a telescopic fork, and you get a twin rear shock with 100mm of travel too, with preload adjustment potential. But by all accounts, it looks like a comfortable scooter that's got a bit of style to it. It's a great start to the list, though it is in at 10 due to the price. Quick mention to an alternative Kymco you could consider is the X-Town 125. I rode that last year. It was superb, great fun, keeps things nice and simple, quite analog, and that's a tad cheaper at around £3,799. Next we have the Piaggio Medley 125, and this is £3,715, though I did find it at £3,265 online. I don't know if that was a temporary offer, temporary deal, but I found it cheap. Piaggio's Medley is an excellent 125 option for town and city riders, particularly those after a bit of performance. The largest 16-inch front wheel provides stability for cruising along with ABS and ASR, and it's a stylish option. It is from Italy after all. Features include start and stop for the Piaggio's iGet 125 engine, underseat storage that's enough for 2 full-face helmets, quoted at 36 litres. And it promises a comfortable riding position, smartphone connectable digital LCD dash with that premium Piaggio touch. You also get a new LED front light with DRL for this year. If you're after similar from Piaggio, but at a cheaper price, you can look for the Liberty 125 Euro 5 Plus edition, which is £2,915 and up. Again, new in 2025, you get a 5-inch LCD display and new lights. But back to the Medley, the fuel tank is tucked under the footwell, which promotes a very nice low centre of gravity that can create a wonderfully dynamic and responsive ride because of the weight is at the bottom. The power is a peak 14.7 brake horsepower, which of course is the limit for CBT riders, and 12 Nm of torque. Weight is in at a decent 136 kilograms, and if you got a bit of cash and a bit of Italian taste, this could be a winner. Or the Medley S is £100 more for even more premium finishing parts. Looks good. Moving on, we find the Suzuki Burgman Street 125 EX. Price for this one is £3,199. And Suzuki debuted a trio of scooters a couple of years ago with the Venice, Address and Burgman Street 125 EX, all looking to provide the commuting solution for scooterists. They boast the frugal Suzuki Eco Performance Alpha motor with a quoted up to 148 miles per gallon, but 141 miles per gallon is listed on this Burgman. Of the three, this Burgman does look to be angled to the stylish city slickers, though the power just isn't quite there. It's only got 8.5 brake horsepower, which is kind of similar to the Yamaha RayZr in that respect. And it's equally compact and on the bit too small side for a taller rider to scoot in on faster roads into the urban jungle. Though in the city, that smaller stature does of course play to its advantage. That is the one slight downside on the latest Burgman 125 iteration, the small overall size. With two other 125 scooters in the Suzuki lineup for 2025, I do wonder why Suzuki didn't just make the Burgman that little bit bigger, with an increased underseat storage space and more power, just to really stretch their feet into the sort of maxi 125 market. But in any case, if you're after an eco-friendly scooter with premium style, and it's on the smaller side, this could be worth a look. Staying in Japan, we have the Honda SH125i, price £4,049. Before looking deeper at the SH125i, a quick mention goes to the Vetro edition, with seriously unique semi-transparent green panels that show off the innards of the Euro 5 Plus scooter, plus boasting that the production of these panels reduce CO2 emissions by 9.5%, and it's a tribute to the technical skills of the Honda factory in Atessa, Italy. Very nice indeed. Powering the scooter is Honda's ESP Plus power plant, and that's the star of the show here, with a good balance between outright performance and economical riding. Plus, with a 28 litre storage space under the seat, which Honda says is good enough for a full face helmet, you're all in finding a solid commuter option here with a quoted 65 miles per hour top speed and 125 miles per gallon consumption figures quoted from the 7 litre tank. Fun fact too, over 1 million SH models have sold in Europe since the first model released in 1984, the SH50. Over 1 million is crazy. Anyway, fast forward to this year, and the 137 kilogram scooter is an overall winner that builds on a reputable history that Honda love to upkeep. The price, being set at £4,049 for a new one, is pretty good going, and you get a Honda, they're always reliable. Next in line is the Vespa GTS 125. Price, £5,665. It is the priciest option on this list at that over £5,000 mark, and Vespa has always provided the premium performance to go with it. The GTS 125 is complete with Euro 5 Plus compliance. It's got an iGet motor in there with start and stop functionality, a comfortable seat with a remote seat opener, and Vespa says this makes your life even easier, and a keyless ignition with Bike Finder, which flashes your indicators so you can easily identify your scooter in a crowded parking space. I suppose if you're just so busy you forget exactly which scooter is yours. There are even more advanced models for you if this isn't enough, with the Super and Super Sport variants, but the top spec Super Sport comes in at an eye-watering £5,915 brand new. Though the style is costly, it does have traction control ABS for both the disc brakes front and rear, and a 3-inch LCD analog display that can be fitted with an accessory Vespa MIA smartphone integration. Pairing to such a small little screen is quite funny. Anyway, performance is always mega with these, great fun to ride, and with the key power stats at 14 brake horsepower and 12 newton meters of torque for an 145 kilogram scooter, that's pretty good going. The overall ride is therefore assured to be quality. The history behind Vespa has held them forever high in reviews because they're just so assured and agile when they're on the move. Now, a quick mention goes out to Lexham Insurance, who power Bike Matters. If you're in the market for a scooter or motorcycle quote, whether it's a new quote or a renewal, head over to lexhaminsurance.co.uk and you can get yourself a quote, or you can try them direct over the phone. But big thanks to Lexham. In at 5, the Sym Jet X 125. Price for this one, £3,299, but I did find one at £2,999 online on the website. That's a really good price. So narrowing down the countless sim options on the market in 2025 seems like an impossible task. Not only are there scooters for every taste and every budget, but they're also just all quite good. We've landed on the popular Jet X for the 2025 list though, as the combination of convenient features, decent performance and a good price tag all come together nicely. You could argue that this is one of the best looking scooters on the list. Get in the comments if you think that's true, particularly with a sub £3,000 price tag if you can grab one at the promo price I found online. For features, you get a keyless ignition system, LED lights front and rear, and listed as a feature on the website is the hazard warning lights. Very nice. Key to note here is a 4-valve liquid cooled motor, and though the power isn't at the peak for a CBT rider, you get 13 brake horsepower and 11 newton meters of torque, and either 120 or 140 kilogram weight because the reports vary. Let's say it's 120 kilograms with 13 brake horsepower, and that's going to be great. That's going to be perfect on the road, and it should be good for the miles. Also, just to note, an ABS system and an LCD dash round off the feature list, and we've tested it in the past and found that a full face lid fits under the seat. This could be a dark horse on this list. Just outside the top 3 is the Aprilia SR GT 125, priced at £3,995. Consider the Aprilia SR GT 125 the performance scooter of the list that has some racing heritage and charm thrown in, especially if you go for the top spec replica model at £4,165. Looks good. Fitted with the full 14.7 brake horsepower from a liquid-cooled 4-valve I-Get motor, plus that start and stop system, you have the most stated power possible with a CVT at your fingertips. Recent updates now mean the scooter complies with Euro 5+, and the base model now has ABS, rather than the combined braking system that it used to have on the base model. I will just say that combined brakes aren't quite a negative with a 125, it's just maybe a bit more of a budget option to keep the cost low on the scooters. Nevertheless, the SR GT is a lovely looking scooter with some Tuono flair. I see a bit of Tuono in it. You've got a tooled 799mm seat, and possibly it's the sportiest option on this list. It even has a USB plug. To be fair, most do, but it says it has one, so that's great. It is handy if you decide to keep your phone charged whilst you're connected to the LCD dash, if you go for the optional connectivity Aprilia app. If you do get one of these, definitely look at the SR GT replica, because it's gorgeous. Number 3, we have the Yamaha RayZr, £2,500. Fantastic price. Yamaha's RayZr came onto the UK scooter scene last year, and by all accounts, it was a phenomenal success. And slipping to third from its place on the top of the pile last year doesn't mean it's slipping off. It's only 99 kilograms after all. It's the lightest one here and the cheapest. This simple scooter becomes a fantastic proposition for any commuter that's happy with an analog approach. It even has a Kickstarter. That's crazy to see on modern scooters. It's equally friendly on the wallet too. Now, top speed may be only around 50 to 50 miles per hour, at least when I tested it, and I'm 6'3", I weigh about, I don't know, 15 stone maybe? I don't know. But it was incredibly easy to ride. It was overall quite quick off the line too, thanks to Yamaha's Blue Core motor with added electrical power assist for some low-end boost. I don't know how it exactly works, but I believe it's something to do with the starter motor. Let me know in the comments, please. And it was surprisingly nippy off the line in any case. The price tag for the RayZr is probably the most important thing for this scooter though. You can't really go wrong with a RayZr at £2,500 brand new. It's going to keep its value probably, and if you're just zipping around town commuting on this, you'll be happy as anything. The only downsides could be the relative lack of technology on offer, and only a 21 litre storage space under the seat. Your full face helmet won't fit basically. I did have a great time when I reviewed this one here at Bike Matters. Top speed, yeah, was around 56 miles per hour, and I was happily just blasting along the dual carriageway in the left lane. It did the job. Happy days. I'd commute to work on that every day if I could. But you do feel the crosswinds because it's so light. Number 2, we have the Honda PCX 125DX, the 2025 update. Price is £3,699. So, no prizes for guessing the top 2. Honda's PCX has been long-standing as one of the best 125cc scooters in the world, with mega sales stats bolstered in 2025 by this new DX version, which is complete with technological advancements and smartphone integration. It seems that Honda has upped the stakes by making this DX available for £3,699 too, and our rival to this DX in first place may be a bit nervous about their own price point. Anyway, power comes in at a modest 12.3 brake horsepower from a 4-valved liquid-cooled ESP Plus motor, which is enough for local commutes, and it weighs 134 kilograms. You've also got 30.4 litres of storage space, which should be enough for a full face helmet. These scooters are renowned for their delivery usage too, and a top box will happily fit on the back, plus an 8.1 litre tank will be sure to get you the miles. With this PCX DX edition, you get premium rear shocks and a 5-inch TFT screen with smartphone integration and Honda Road Sync. You get a smart key, and it's overall a very decent price for an overall premium scooter. Could this be a bestseller in 2025? You'd think so. It's already off to a superb start, and I believe the PCX 125 has sold just over 300 new units in January and February alone. Outrageous. In at number 1, we have the Yamaha Nmax TechMax 125. The price is £3,900, and it's at the top of the 125cc scooter list in 2025 for us here at Bike Matters. The TechMax edition is a fresh update for 2025, and the overall Nmax family transitions the urban mobility scooter into Yamaha's sports scooter segment. Fresh updates add the TechMax 125 variant for those who are after a little bit more tech in the dash, and an exclusive finish for that extra £300. for your £3,900, because the base model is £3,600 and actually cheaper than last year's base model Nmax, you get a scooter that's bordering on the CBT horsepower limit, plus start and stop tech, though the power is beaten by the PCX 125. You get disc brakes front and rear, and the road feel is genuinely incredible. It was lovely to ride in the city and beyond on this launch, and it feels very lightweight and nippy in traffic. The Tech Max version has keyless tech, 4.2-inch TFT dash with smartphone connectivity and Garmin navigation free of charge in most countries. You get those premium colours and that premium accessory seat. Of course, if you check out the review in the top right, the Barcelona launch of this was fantastic, great fun, and it did feel quite sporty in the hills. In all honesty though, either of the top two here, so the PCX or the Nmax, would be serious winners for any scooter rider looking at a 125cc scooter. But my personal pick out of the two for the best selling prediction is going to be the Nmax 125 Tech Max. I think the PCX DX is as close second as you can get. But what do I know? I might be wrong. The only way to settle this would be a PCX versus Nmax race on track at Snetterton. Who's interested? That'd be great fun. Anyway, that's your lot for 125cc scooters in 2025. There is quite the choice for your money this year, but what wins out? Budget options or flashy premium tech? Let me know in the comments. Cheers for watching and ciao.